it's time to tackle the biggest project file of this project. Celestis. I'm just going to expand all these automation tracks as well. God, there's a lot of shit. Can't say that. We'll start off. This is a vocal I found on Splice. There's quite a bit of stuff on that to break down. Starting off, I wanted my own reverb, although it appears to be set to only wet, not only dry, sorry. And then there's the sound gladizer on it. There's the limiter. I don't know why there's a limiter to the voice. That makes no sense. It might be to catch. There might have been some transients. I made this one pretty much at the start of the yeah, like right at the start of this project. I made this song. It was the first one I made. Then I went back and redid the drop, because you'll see there's about like 1 million tracks on this mixer that just aren't being used because I'm deleting like a spastic. So we've got some pretty standard limiter settings, sound gladizer, fruity convolver. This is just more reverb for some reason, and then fast distortion, which I'm literally just using as a leveler. And then underneath that we've got this bass here. Okay, maybe not that, maybe that's not the bass. That's the bass. It's just a saw bass with a bit of high end taken out and then some effects to bring it in. And if you listen to the intro, oh, actually, I forgot to mention. Then I went on Splice and I ripped a bunch of bird sounds, took a bunch of bird sounds and my wilderness sounds, and randomly this Rainmaker as well. I thought they sounded quite cool, so I used them for this. And this is like the first 8 bars in all their glory. And then, yeah, it's literally the same for the other 8 bars, besides the fact you've got a atmosphere which I've turned into an impact for some reason. Works as an impact. And we get to this point, so we've got a few rises building up to this, and then this is when a lot more stuff gets introduced. So we're introducing this little melody here. Which has been modulated somewhere. Yeah. No, maybe not here. And then we've got this thing here which sounds pretty cool, I think. I don't know how this has been made. But yeah, man. I also shortened down the I changed the you could call it a chord progression even though it isn't, but it's like the general like progression of the harmony. Like this one is much slower. And I basically just double timed it and then added that F in. And I believe we're in G minor rather than G major for this. Yeah, we are. Otherwise, I was about to say I'll have done something very silly, but I haven't. And we've got this same riser just repeating every 8 bars. That's because it's functional. We've also got here a hi-hat pattern. I mean, yeah, and then we have down here. It's pretty cool sounding arpeggio kind of sound. Made out of saws. And then we got more melodies down here. Got this one here, which is the actual drop melody. And then this is what the original drop melody used to be. And that's, yeah, building up. And then we have some more drums introduce themselves. We have this clap here. I'll just put this filter on. I don't even know what I've done, but it's filtered it. And then we get more drums. This is kind of like a I don't know what this. But this just kind of builds up. It's kind of like a little bit of a riser. And then we've got these war drums here, which I got off Splice. Which I'm assuming were from a dubstep pack. But they sound pretty cool. So I have a nice computer and it can barely handle this file, which says a lot. Then we've got this. It sounds the same. It just like builds these elements up more, and then the 8 bar proper build up with kick and snare. And it kicks in with the drop bass. No. Basically, it's I think I'm trying to I think I bandpassed it or something. Only problem is that's not a filter. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Only problem is it does like sharpen the cue up. I don't know why I'm going in and editing my bass, but you get the point. It's being faded in like that. So this thing comes in. And we've still got master tuning clip on it. Yeah, so let's break this down. So these are all the drop basses. So this here is the preset I made. Is using this sawtooth wave monstrosity, running FM into sine wave. Now if I turn off all this, it's pretty immense, isn't it? I said that and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I've just got 3 different ones with different LFO speeds. And then down here we don't have the same thing, using this lattice sub, which I love. I'm unsure as to why that's down there, but it's all the same notes. It's minor. I do have notice automation clip that's running underneath this. Oh, it's a atmosphere. Sounds pretty horrible on its own, but it just blends into the back, doesn't it? Right, now we've got hats and drums. So starting off with a kick, we've just got it's just a Mackie G kick, and it's pretty good. I'm not sure how much processing is on this thing. There's none. I don't think the drums are processed on this track, in fact. No, they're not. This one might have been. Yeah, but they've not been processed that heavily. Listen to them on their own. I mean, the snares complement each other. That sounds kind of weak on its own, and I mean, that sounds terrible on its own. Now that's a high ring without having to like sacrifice snare power, and then we got some hats. We've got a hat. I ended up removing this hat. Well, I didn't remove it, but I turned the volume down. These drums now, they sound like they're clipping and stuff, and that's because they are. Because we've got the whole mastering chain on, which is pretty massive, I think. yeah, that's drums and bass covered for the first part. So this is then there you go. And that's the first bit of the drop, and then there's no variation in the drop. I just like how it sounds, so I've just kept it the way it is without having to like mess around with anything. And then we've changed the basses up. We've got these sort of, and they're playing the actual pattern of the vocal. We've got this kind of like Reese kind of thing. I don't know what to call it. And then we've got this secondary one, which is like, has no mids in it. And this is just a lead, so and then the elements embedded back in from intro are the is that, and then obviously the vocal. And then I literally just gave the when the drop finishes, I just give it one whole bar just to rest. You can hear like the notes from the vocal clashing beautifully. I think it's the A sharp and the A, which is like the third and the second, which is a really nice clash, especially when you're in a minor key. And yeah, it's the same elements from the intro, and then we've just got the master volume. That's not even the master volume for it. It's just a volume of that. It's just to cut the reverb out, because there's two reverbs on it. So if I play it with this, you'll hear it. You can hear it. You can sort of hear how like there's two reverbs, and like when one cuts out, you can hear it and it sounds terrible. So I've just cut the track volume before that happens, and yeah, that should be everything in this project file. It's a pretty large project, but once you break everything down, it's not too complicated. And yeah, and on that bombshell,